It's a new wheel day. Today we are in the bike shop and we are working on my 2016 Specialized Stump Jumper. Right now the wheels are really bad. Let me show you. Let's count how many loose. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 loose or broken spokes. I probably don't need to tell you that that's a bad thing. It's not good. This wheel is a 24 hole. Almost half of the spokes are messed up and doing nothing. It's on the verge of death. And you might be wondering, hey Callie, why don't you just fix it? Well, here's the deal. They're old aluminum nipples, and so what happens is that over time aluminum nipples can corrode on the inside from tubeless sealant specifically, or water. Just kind of happens over time. They seize and then they break, and then it's also a straight pull hub, which means that they just spin when you try to tighten them. And I have a tool that can grab them and hold them still, but so ignore the bend, but when a spoke is shaped like this with a J, they're a lot stronger, especially for the purpose that I use this bike for. This is a basically XC bike. I'm not really riding it in an XC fashion. Sadly, thanks to the bike industry and their ever-evolving standards, I had to track down some non-boost wheels, and I just wanted to start completely fresh with totally different stuff because I don't like straight pull hubs. I don't want a 24 hole rim, and so I'm going to pop these on the bike as well as some new tires. We're gonna try out the Magic Mary in the front and Hans Dampf in the wheel from Schwalbe. These are 27.5 by 2.35. Usually I ride 2.4 or 2.5, but I just happened to have these in storage and it is winter, so I thought going with the Magic Mary would be kind of fun. Everyone says that it's like one of the best mud tires around. I don't have any experience, but since I have them available, I figured why not try it. We're gonna clean the bike, we're gonna pop on the new wheels, new tires, and then we're gonna take it for a ride. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going in with some Pedro's Bike Lust and an old sweatshirt. Pedro's has always been one of my favorite cleaning slash polish sprays. I really like it. It doesn't get too greasy. Usually I first spray off the bike with a hose, but right now my hose isn't hooked up, so I'm just gonna wipe it down like this. And I'm not totally gonna get rid of these wheels. I'm gonna keep them for when I go on like a longer gravel ride or something. I'm just not a big fan of drop bars, so I usually take this one. I will fix the spokes on these. I'm probably just gonna have to rebuild the wheel, except this time I will not use aluminum nipples just so it lasts a little bit longer. Let's do a test fit, make sure these actually are non-boost. Perfect. My stump jumper is set up 11 speed and I happened to have this old 11 speed. I don't even know what it is. Glad I had this. This is why you always save every bike part that you take off a bike, because you never know down the road when you might need it. Okay, got a cassette. Time for tires. We're gonna go Hans Dampf in the back. What do you guys think about these tires? Have you guys tried these? There's a lot of people that dork out really hard about testing out all the different types of parts out there and you know, maximizing efficiency and making your bike perfect in every way. And I'm kind of not really like that. I don't really care that much. It's like, I definitely acknowledge there's a huge benefit to having the right parts that work for you, but also I'd rather spend my time actually riding over, you know, talking and reading forums and researching the perfect part. But I mean, fresh tires, right? Who can complain about those? I was looking for the direction arrow on here, and it actually looks like it's a dual direction tire. Here's a close-up and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. See, normally like this would be pointing forward in the rotation, but then there's this one and it's pointing backwards, and it's all even. So that tells me that it's a dual direction tire. I don't even know if I've had a tire that is like that, so that'll be fun to try. I like to inflate my tube a bit before I put it in. This tube looks kind of giant. Maybe this isn't the right size. I don't really think I care. Ah, it's the old 27.5 and 29. Fun fact, you can get tubes that say they work for certain sizes, but in all honesty, most tubes are made of very flexible rubber. So as long as the tube lays straight, no folds, you're good to go. And of course, you have to line the valve up with the logo because that's just what you're supposed to do. That's how you know you've got a good mechanic. I'm just kidding. People say that and it literally doesn't matter, but that's what they say. I'm gonna wipe this off real quick before it goes into its forever home, because I'm never gonna get a flat tire, ever. I would normally be doing tubeless, but I'm out of tubeless sealant, and I don't want to go buy some to go ride today. So yeah, a nice tight fit. That's good, I guess. Not really. It's kind of annoying when they're really tight, because then it makes changing them way harder, but we're gonna be optimistic. Now we're gonna pop the wheel on. Oh, one part done. Pause Dampf. My secret for putting really tight tires on is to get the wire bead in the center of the rim, because the center is the lowest part, and then sometimes that gives you just enough extra room that you can pop it on. That's how I was taught to change tires, at least back in the day. And you're not supposed to use a tire lever to put on the tire because you might pinch the tube, but as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing, because it's really hard to get on and my fingers aren't that strong. Oh, there we go. That's on. Whew. All right, let's fill her up. So when you're doing this, you gotta watch for it to pop all the way around. I'll show you. It's not totally on, and it'll pop through so it looks like down here. You'll see it pop on. Watch. This is the scary part though, because they can explode. Woo! There we go. So see? Oh, still going. So there's like a nice little line, and you want to make sure the line is fully exposed all the way around the tire. Check both sides and make sure it's not sucked down anywhere. And you sometimes have to go up to like an extremely high PSI to make it go on. You just want to stop as soon as it pops and take it easy. You don't want to just gush air into it, because you can definitely blow your tire up and it sucks. It sounds like a bomb just went off, and it's generally pretty terrifying. I think I've done it one time. I don't want to do it again. T25. Crack these free. When you're loosening and tightening, you're supposed to do it in a star pattern, so like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Normally, I would be using a drill to pull these out, but my drill isn't here and I broke my socket, so this will have to do. Just remembered I have this little tiny ratchet. It's super handy. I think I got it off of like Amazon. Highly recommend it. And reverse that onto the new wheel. Discs are directional. There's always a little arrow that points forward. Once I get all the bolts tight with the ratchet or the drill, I do one final torque on all of them with a torque wrench, also known as my fingers. If you're working on a customer's bike, use a torque wrench. If you're working on your own bike, do it yourself. Let's pop it in. See how it shifts. See how it fits. So the other cassette that I had on here was the same one. I just happened to have a bonus. So same 1142 XD driver. So the shifting in theory should be perfect already. Unfortunately, theory and reality never quite match up. So we're gonna have to do some adjustment. There we go. I just remembered, whenever you're swapping discs, you should do a nice little burn, just in case, you know, you accidentally touch it with your dirty, filthy paws. On to the front wheel. We're gonna start with the disc this time, because there's nothing else coming off this. This job right here is one of my all-time least favorite parts of working on bikes. It takes way too long. It takes no skill. It's not interesting. Some could call it meditation. I call it irritation. Get the final tightening done. Time for a tire. Turns out I'm all out of 27.5 tires, so looks like this one's gonna be a 26 tire. I'm gonna give you a real world demonstration on how flexible tubes actually are. Hopefully this goes all right, because that'd be pretty funny if it didn't. Where is my valve adapter? Magic Mary time, baby. I'm quite excited to try these out. I mean, I have been mountain biking for 10 years and I've never tried the frickin' Magic Mary in my life. How's that even possible? Well, first observation, this feels a little heavier than the Dampf, but that could be the compound that it's made out of. This is the ultra soft version, so it's very sticky. My Dampf is just soft. I like soft compound tires because I ride a lot of steep and loamy trails, and soft compounds do me well. This one you can truly tell is a directional tire though. This one actually has the rotation arrow, and so you can see these ones point down and forward, and so it needs to rotate like this. these little blocks, see they're shaved down in the front for rolling forward like that. Okay, let's put this on. I have to like quadruple million check that I'm putting it on the right way because I have put tires on backwards so many times. And it's just, you know, when you get like a downhill casing tire, you're putting in a workout. That's arm day right there. It's tragic. Or if you put cush core in, put it on the wrong way, that sucks. Oh, this one's gonna suck. I can already tell. You know what, we're just gonna stop talking for a minute and focus on the job at hand. Oh, God, I hate doing tires. Oh no. Well, it's on now. That sucked. Hopefully I didn't pinch the tube doing that because I had to use double tire levers just to get it on. I do remember Schwalbe tires particularly being difficult, but no problem. It's done for now. Valve cap. Get it nice and tight. We're gonna burn our rotor. All right, well, I would say that this thing's looking pretty good and I'm very excited to go test it out. So how about we go for a bike ride? I think we still have a little bit of daylight left. Tire isn't flat yet, that is a good sign. Hopefully it isn't a problem. Time to go for a bike ride. Old bikes are good bikes too. Bow, bow, bow. With fresh rubber, anything's nice. Broken tool trails if you need someone to build you trails. Wow.